familiarity with Sidney and the history of Ghostface gives the story a sort of confidence that was missing from the initial reboot, making this torch passing feel far more natural than in the 2022 requel.
Enjoy that torch.
Of all the legacy sequels in the franchise, this one feels the most legacy of them all. Neve Campbell returns as Sidney Prescott, not just as a point-you-miss-it cameo, but as the lead of the film. Now, while it does still include some of the newer characters like Mindy and Chad, they're integrated in a way that feels natural and not just thrown in there as a way to connect to the previous installment. At its core, Scream 7 revisits what fans loved about the original, but it does so with the kind of self-awareness that defined the series in the first place.
That's why she always outsmarted the killer in the big chase scene at the end. Only virgins can do that. Don't you know the rules?
It even begs to ask the franchise's long-standing question. Do the Scream films really need Sidney, or do we just think that they do? Now, while Scream pulling more into the universe, it turns its focus inward, going back into Sidney's past and reconnecting Ghostface to the original trauma and legacy that all started in Woodsboro. This allows the franchise to give Sidney's story a sense of closure without ending the franchise entirely. The cold open sets the tone for the entirety of the movie. We see a couple arriving at the original Woodsboro house, but it's not as investigators or teens trespassing. They're fans. The boyfriend is obsessed with the 1996 murders, pointing out each death location, playing around with the body outlines, and quizzing his less interested girlfriend on trivia about the case. There are plaques along the walls pointing out every person who dies within the house, and a shrine dedicated to the in-universe Stab films. Those are the adaptations of Gale Weathers' books. This opening isn't subtle in what it's portraying, and it's not trying to be subtle. This installment shifts the obsession. Instead of targeting crazed Stab superfans like Scream 5 did, Scream 7 zeroes in on the culture surrounding true crime. Throughout the film, characters interact with Sidney less like she's a survivor and more like she's a character to obsess over. There are multiple references to true crime podcasts. One of the main characters, Lucas, even wants to start his own. And this evolution makes sense. The franchise has always reflected the media landscape of its time, and in today's world, true crime dominates. According to a 2024 Edison research study, 84% of Americans over 13 consume true crime content in some form, with the genre's popularity tripling in just over 5 years. Now, Scream has always been about dissecting whatever cultural obsession is most prominent. Here, the fixation is not horror movies, but real-life horror packaged as entertainment. After the couple relives the brutal murders that once took place in the house, a new Ghostface reminds them of what they're actually romanticizing. He kills them, douses them in the house in gasoline, and burns it to the ground.
Y'all are burning in fire now. Your souls will thirst here till I swallow you. Well, look at you refusing to give up the ghost. I like me some feisty dinner guests.
around its gallbladder.
There you are. Killer.
Well, now that is a very small drop. And a very, very large bucket of drugs.
Double points. Insta-kill.
This requires skill and show luck. It's like a carnival game of bad.
Max armor.
Of your heart. They had better.
Let's see what you got left in the tank.
Love the church owners we all, but y'all weren't invited to this party. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. Well. Ain't plans like yet. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. working up an appetite.
Pull yourself up for your little stuff. You just aren't working hard enough. Until now.
Don't try to get sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time.
Oh no! It doesn't get any better than this. Literally.
Damn, y'all ain't got me working up an appetite. Damn, y'all ain't got me working up an appetite.
Insta-kill.
Too much confidence for my own good.
War never changes. You look out at this wasteland, you're done.
I'd say fetch me their souls, but it's a little late for that.
Max armor.
Damn, y'all ain't got me working up an appetite. You wouldn't have to be a doctor, would you? I happen to be looking for one.
Bonus points. Random perk.
Planet ain't what it used to be. You drive that thing like a fucking shopping cart. Closest thing we've had to a monster ship so far. You wouldn't have to be a doctor, would you? Because I happen to be looking for one. Go get on it. That's armor. there. Focus, man. You've had to advise to shame so far.